And here is confirmation of that WWE World Heavyweight Championship match as AJ Styles defends against Randy Orton. This is going to be a very interesting one, this. Of course, this has been a feud that's going on for some time now. Since the very beginning of our Universe mode, when Randy actually picked up a win over AJ Styles on the opening episode of SmackDown. And then from that, it's been very much back and forth. I think AJ Styles has been a little bit over the top. Randy Orton was doing a promo in the ring a couple of weeks ago when AJ came out and hit him with a low blow. And we also had, in that same evening, AJ Styles attacking Randy Orton from behind backstage and Styles clashing him on the concrete outside the locker room. From that, Shane McMahon came out in our last episode of SmackDown Live and said that Randy Orton had been given the night off. He did not want him in the arena because he didn't want to risk losing out on what was going to be potentially a fantastic main event here for the Royal Rumble. So AJ Styles stayed around, and AJ Styles wrestled Dolph Ziggler one-on-one, champion versus champion. And although Ziggler almost dominated the match, AJ Styles did come out with the victory in the end. And now it's a great chance here for Randy Orton to get some retribution against the man who's been plaguing him of recent, AJ Styles. Alright, I'm going to get beer out the fridge. One, you can still hear me. I'm not going to be as loud as I was. I'm going to just start talking a little bit loud. There we go. Literally, the beer fridge is literally about a metre away from the microphone. There we go. They just love beers. There we go. Got to have a beer, ain't you? My favourite recording sessions when I've got a few beers. I struggle to record sometimes. Some nights are just, like, after a long day of work, you sit there and you think, I can't be bothered, I just want to lay on the sofa and watch a bit of TV. But with a few beers with you, you can actually sit back and relax, I think. And there he is, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. The current WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Will he be saying that at the end of this match? That is going to be an interesting one. It really could go either way, this one. I really can't call it. At the moment, like I said, Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles one-on-one in the very first episode of the Universe mode. However, Styles has been pretty dominant since. So, yeah. It really could go either way. That win for AJ Styles over Dolph Ziggler on the last episode of SmackDown, I think, really helped him turn a corner. Before that, like I said, he was looking pretty shaky. He had a couple of backstage attacks, this, that, and even fights with Randy Orton, which he came out on top of all the little... Yeah, Randy came out on top of the only match they've had in the ring. However, every other interaction AJ Styles seems to come out on top of. Of course, it's generally because AJ Styles is probably a little bit more of a better brawler, maybe. But yeah, I'm a little bit... I don't know, literally this match and the next match, well, of course, the triple threat, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar, again, that could go either way for the Universal Championship, so this is going to be a big one. I am so looking forward to that. That's what it's for, of course, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So introducing first the challenger from somewhere in somewhere. I can't remember now. Where is Randy Orton booked from? I can't remember. That's Randy Orton anyway, who cares? He's not Washington. No, he's not Washington. I don't know where AJ Styles is booked from either. It don't really matter, does it? Who cares? Who cares where they're from? It's all down to who's going to win the championship at the end of the day, isn't it? Of course, we've got a good chance here with AJ Styles. Right, I'm lubed up with beer. That's what it's all for. Our first main event of the evening. Of course, we've got a trio of these. With this one, we have the triple threat for the Universal Championship, and we have our main event, of course, the Royal Rumble match. We have got a hell of a lot of talent on show for you in that Royal Rumble match as well, including a few surprise entrants. That's all I'm going to say. And as I said earlier on in video number 1 as well, is if we do have certain entrants, like we did in the women's matches, those people will now be full members of the roster. AJ Styles with the Saito suplex there. And getting an early advantage here over Randy Orton. I'm going to go for an early pin as well, looking to try and win the match. And no, AJ Styles, I think he's just taking the mick here a little bit. There was no chance he was going to get the win then. He even picked Randy Orton's head off the mat, and now Randy Orton's getting his own back now with that Olympic slam, or angle slam, whatever you want to call it these days. Orton now bringing AJ back up to his feet. There's the front chancery. AJ avoids it. Forearm. Orton bringing AJ back. Has him hooked in what looked like it was going to be a T-bone, but AJ fights back with a hip toss. And a lion salt by AJ Styles. Now AJ taking, well, he took the turnbuckle pad off that corner. Referee, I don't think the referee saw it, but you can't miss it really, can you? And I wonder whether AJ will get some sort of advantage out of that. AJ now sending Randy Orton off that rope. But Orton catches AJ as he comes back into a DDT. And now Orton slowly dropping a knee across the face of AJ Styles. Now, if I remember correctly, when we did our first episode of SmackDown, when Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles one-on-one, it actually ended up with a punt to the head by Randy Orton, sorry, to AJ Styles. Randy Orton still stamping on the grounded body of AJ Styles. AJ needs to get back into this when he does with that big knee to the face. AJ Styles now taking Randy Orton up into a vertical suplex. AJ Styles now trying to get the crowd on his... Well, he's trying to get underneath the skin of the crowd, probably. Randy Orton sending AJ into the corner. Hoisting him up. Now AJ just forcing his foot into the face of Randy Orton. Now I'm not quite sure what to do with AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Of course, if he wins the championship, he's going to be facing off against somebody for the championship. Then not necessarily, because we are going to have a February pay-per-view as well. Don't forget that. And it is going to be another joint pay-per-view. Probably, again, very similar to this. We're going to have quite a few matches on the card. Building up, of course, to WrestleMania. AJ Styles with a big clothesline in the corner on Randy Orton. Styles now to the outside. Springboard 450 on Randy Orton as well. Orton catches the leg of Styles into a dragon screw. Randy Orton stamping on the arm of AJ Styles. And now wrenching back of the leg. That's going to limit the amount of springboard moves that AJ Styles may be able to complete. We know that AJ likes the phenomenal forearm. And of course that springboard 450 we've already seen as well. Randy Orton taunting the crowd, but he's got to keep an eye on AJ. AJ's back up to his feet, but Orton catches him with that boot to the gut. And AJ catches him with that armbar. Randy Orton has AJ Styles up into a neck breaker. Randy Orton now gets a hold of AJ once again. Now hooks him in for the T-bone suplex. Orton dragging the body of AJ Styles into the middle of the ring. Orton now gets tripped over by AJ Styles, and AJ now going for a quick pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. It's going to take more than that, AJ, to win against Manchester. Maybe I've had too much beer, you know. I'll be fine. I'm fine about it. AJ Styles now getting behind Randy Orton. There's the Saito suplex. Dropping Orton on the back of his neck. Now dropping a knee in the face of Orton as well. AJ bringing Orton back up to his feet. Boot to the gut. What's AJ going for here? Taking Orton up into a gut buster. Clever little move there by AJ. Now bringing Orton back up to his feet once again. Up onto the shoulder. Oh, somebody did tell me the name of that. It was an Ushinashi. It's not. I can't remember what it's called now. It is from one of the guys in New Japan that he learnt it, AJ Styles. I think even when I read it, I couldn't pronounce it properly. Randy Orton now getting back on top of the match. Because I'm just trying to find my my comment so I can find out who it was. It was... Randy Orton now just picking each body part of AJ Styles apart. Who was it? I think it might have been I Will 1, but I'm sure I'll find it at some point. No, it wasn't. It was Stone Fresk, sorry. And the Death Valley Driver onto the knee performed by AJ Styles is adopted from Hiroki Goto. So the original name of that move in Japanese is the Ushigoroshi. Ushigoroshi. I'll try and remember that. There's the RKO in the middle of the ring, though. Now for the pin. Brand new champion. Maybe 1, 2. No, AJ Styles kicked out. Oh, wow. AJ Styles kicks out of the RKO. Randy Orton now dropping a stamp on the back of the arm of AJ Styles. AJ boots the face of Randy Orton. Now, I have put this match on slow momentum, which is why it's supposed to be going a little bit slower, which is good. Means we're going to get more of a main event feel match of it. There is the underhook brainbuster by AJ Styles. Now up on the middle rope, taunting the crowd once again. You'd think that AJ would be trying to stay more on track here in this match, but Orton's still grounded. AJ now to the outside. Is he potentially lining Randy Orton up here for a phenomenal forearm, maybe? There's a springboard. There's the phenomenal forearm by AJ Styles. Drops into the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. AJ Styles successfully retains his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. What a big win that is for AJ Styles. And so far, one thing I have noticed in this game, I don't know if it's just because of, I don't know if it's just luck this at the moment or not, but I noticed on 2K16 the championships used to change hands so often. But on this game, they seem to be more rigid. Now, at the moment, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, no, I'll take it back now, actually. We've had 6 championship matches, 3 changed hands, and 3 have been retained. So let's get into our 7th match and see who's going to win. It's going to be much more difficult for Kevin Owens, of course.